YN. Yoonwoo, be a good boy and stay with me, okay? Yoonwoo nodded and sat down on a chair, which was beside yours, which was empty. Nari. Yoonwoo, how about you go and play in the playing area? There are lots of toys and you can make friends. Yoonwoo shakes his head, hugging his bag. Yoonwoo, I want to stay with Ms. YN.
YN, it's okay, Nari. He doesn't want to go, so it's okay. She gave up and walked towards her desk. Jungkook talked with grandma about the situation and she suggested that it would be better if Yoonwoo will be away from seeing Chaiwon. He is just a baby and it might affect his mentality, which we didn't want. So, you get permission to take care of Yoonwoo for a few days.
Nari. YN, I don't stand in a position to ask, but why did you agree to help Jungkook with Yoonwoo? You could just say no to taking care of Yoonwoo, like you aren't his mother or anything. You smile and sigh. You caress Yoonwoo's hair as he was sleeping on your chest while you guys were watching TV. YN, I could say no, but I didn't because of Jungkook. Nari, just because he was your crush once. You smiled and shook your head. YN, because Jungkook has always helped me when I was in a problem. You smile, remembering back then, and other than that, his grandmother has loved me as her own grandchild. I have to do something to return the kindness, right? Moreover, I love Yoonwoo. It's a different kind of connection with him. Flashback. It was a great morning, but for you it was not. You were running while a dog was chasing you. You were running for your life. YN. Someone save me. You wanted to cry. You were 5 years old when a dog bit you. After that, you became afraid of dogs. Suddenly, someone grabs your arm as they pull you towards them. It was a boy. He hugged you tightly. Don't move, stay still. The dog came near as you closed your eyes and prayed that it wouldn't bite you. But the dog sniffed your leg for some time and walked away. You were shivering in a stranger's arm. Hey, it's okay. It's gone, don't be afraid. He broke the hug and patted your head. You finally looked at the guy. Your eyes welled up with tears. You didn't realize he was too stunned to speak. He was lost in your eyes. YN. Thanks. Thank you. I was so scared. You got away from his arms and bowed. Thank you. You sniffed and walked away. The boy extended his hand to stop you, but he stopped himself. You sat down and started to eat when you noticed the guy who helped you earlier. YN. Isn't he? You keep looking at him when he suddenly laid his eyes on you. You widened your eyes and looked down before cursing yourself. Now he will think I am some creep or something. You sigh and keep eating. Someone knocked on your table. Doll Ray, your classmate gasped. You looked up and saw the guy from earlier. You widened your eyes. Hey, may I sit here with you? There is no empty seat. You looked around and realized he was telling the truth. You looked at him and nodded. He gave you a sweet smile before sitting beside you as his friend sat down too.
By the way, what is your name? You looked at him. You weren't expecting him to ask you your name. YN. What a beautiful name. My name is Jungkook. You must have heard about me. You shook your head. YN. No, I have never heard about you. Jungkook raised his eyebrows. Doll Ray. Actually, she is always lost in her own world. Sorry for that.
YN. I don't think there is any need to say sorry. I don't know, then I don't know. Is there any requirement that everyone should know you? Jungkook's friends looked at you in shock. Doll Ray looked at you too, but you didn't mind. Jungkook chuckled hearing you cooling the environment. Jungkook. That too is right, Ms. YN. He gave you a big smile, but you look away. YN. I am thankful that you helped me earlier, but yeah, never mind. I am going back to class. I am full. You walked away alone. Doll Ray. YN. He is the grandson of the Jaeon Company, the country's biggest advertising company. And he is super popular in this school too. He is the football captain and he is so good at taekwondo. You are new, so you don't know, but his father owns this school. YN. Rich kid, is it? The arrogant and idiot one who is full of themselves. Have attitude and make everyone feel low. Is he like that?
Doll Ray, you and your assumptions. I don't know him personally, so I won't make any comment. She raised her hands, giving up. You sigh and shrug your shoulders.
looked beside you. 5 seats away, Jungkook sat down while mumbling things. You find it cute how he was complaining about something while pouting. He breathed heavily before looking out. You ignored his presence and started to do your assignment. Jungkook. Hey, YN. You heard him whispering your name. You closed your eyes tightly before looking at him.
He waved at you as you gave him a small smile. He grabbed his bag and walked towards you before sitting beside you. Jungkook, I know you must be angry at how I show up in front of you these days, but I am not following you or something. Please try to understand. You widened your eyes as you heard him saying how you feel. Jungkook, you must be wondering how I know. Your face folds everything. Don't worry, I am here to take some rest. I won't disturb you. YN, it's not like that. But rest. Here in the library.
Jungkook. Yeah, not many people come here. And it's so quiet and peaceful here that I get a good sleep. Besides that, my fangirls won't follow me here. You stop. YN. Fangirls. Jungkook. Yeah, I mean those girls are crazy after me, basically after my money. But how to make them understand that I don't want them to go behind my money. I feel sad when people don't see me as me.
YN. See you as you. Jungkook. Yeah, I mean how I am. I want them to know every bad thing about me. But who am I to complain? Never mind. Continue with your studying. I will sleep for some time. You nodded as he laid down his head on the table. You stare at his face, admiring it glowing. You should focus on your study rather than me. YN. I wasn't focusing on you, okay? You are so full of yourself, God. He smiled but didn't say anything. You continued with your studying. You didn't realize you two fell asleep. When you woke up, Jungkook wasn't there, but he left his jacket behind. There was a note in your book. I have to go to my football practice. I covered your face cause the sunlight was disturbing you, as I assume you haven't slept for a few days. Sleep well and return my jacket some other time.
It brought a smile on your lips. You smelled the jacket and the sweet fragrance shot in your nose. YN, he smells so good. You whispered while smiling. YN, okay, Mom. You hung up the call with a sad pout. You couldn't go home this weekend as you have a school trip. You sat down on the bench while going through your phone. You hear someone calling your name. You look up and see Jungkook's friends. You have a small smile. They stand in front of you. Friend 1, are you going on the trip? You sigh and nodded.
Friend 2, it will be fun for the trip. Don't you think? Friend 3, of course. YN, we will leave now. Take care. You waved at them as they walked away. You sat down beside the campfire with other students. It was so warm as you smiled, staring at them. Fire. Dalray handed you a stick with marshmallow on it. You thanked her and grabbed it before burning it. As night passed by, you felt sleepy as you couldn't wake up till late at night. YN. Dalray, I will go and sleep. I am sleepy. You walked towards your tent and slept. 2 students stand next to your tent as they were trying to smoke while hiding from the teacher. Student 1. Make it quick before someone comes. They smoked that one cigarette. Student 2. Let's go. He said and threw the cigarette on the ground. Before they both walked away, without knowing what they had done. You feel warm around you. When you opened your eyes, you saw fire. You thought it was a dream, but the burning sensation was so painful for you. You started to shout for help. YN, someone help me, save me. Your heart was beating so rapidly at that moment. Is this the end of me? You thought and closed your eyes, letting your tears out. But suddenly, you feel a cold fabric on your body. And then you feel being lifted up by someone. You were so afraid that you couldn't even open your eyes to see who it was as you blacked out just like that.
You hear many noises as you jolt up from your sleep. You looked around and found yourself being covered by doctors and nurses. Searching for someone you know, you saw Jungkook at the corner. While a nurse was dressing his wound, he worriedly looked at you as you tried to hold back your tears. He excused himself and walked towards you as he pulled you in his warm embrace.
Doctor, she is in shock right now, other than that she is okay. Jungkook bowed his head as the doctor gave him a small smile before walking out of the tent. Jungkook, YN, are you okay? How do you feel? YN, Jungkook, I want to go home. I don't want to stay here, it's so scary. You looked up at him while crying. You saw Jungkook carefully looked at your face as he nodded. He took out his phone and made a call. After a few hours, a car came. You and Jungkook sat inside the car as you guys left the campsite. The teacher didn't protest as you needed some rest and Jungkook was the owner of the school basically. That night, Jungkook took you to his farmhouse which was close to the campsite. Presently, you smile as you remember how Jungkook helped you. Nari, he is your savior. YN, if it wasn't Jungkook, then I wouldn't have been here. I would have died that night. He didn't care about himself as he jumped in the fire for me, to save me. And taking care of Yoonwoo is the least thing I could do. If Jungkook was for my life I will happily give it up. Nari, now you are really drunk, she said and walked away after gathering the alcohol bottle. Suddenly, you got a call. Seeing the it was Jungkook. You picked it up. Jungkook, how is Yoonwoo? Is he sleeping? YN, yeah he is, don't worry. He has been eating properly and behaving like a good boy. There is nothing to worry about. Jungkook, no it's just, never mind. He chuckled. YN, what is it that you want to tell? Jungkook, how do you know that I wanted to tell you something? You smile. YN, what is it? Jungkook, Grandma asked if you could stay here in the house for some days. YN, what happened? Is something wrong? Jungkook, Chaiwon is missing. We are assuming that she would be dangerous to you too. We don't want to take risks so. YN, that, okay, we will be there tomorrow. Jungkook, I will send Ben to bring you guys. Sleep now, you must be tired.
Jungkook smiled seeing Yoonwoo safe. He tried to walk towards him but he got behind you like he was afraid of Jungkook. You can see how Jungkook was hurt. YN, Grandma, we will go upstairs. She nodded as you smiled at her before you signaled Jungkook to follow you guys. You stand beside Jungkook. You were shocked as he got down on his knees in front of Yoonwoo who was sitting on the bed. Jungkook, Yoonwoo, what happened? Why are you afraid of me? Yoonwoo looked at you as you sigh. Yoonwoo, Ms. YN, why are we here? I don't want to stay here, let's go to your house. YN, Yoonwoo, if you listen to me then don't do this to your daddy. Whatever Chaiwon said to you, it wasn't true at all. You will never be a burden to Jungkook. Jungkook, don't punish me like this, Yoonwoo. I really love you. You saw Jungkook was about to cry. YN, Yoonwoo, you sat beside him. YN, I know how much Jungkook loves you. More than your great-grandma, more than your grandfather, more than your grandmother, move over, more than anyone in this world. I am not saying that they don't love you, but your daddy really loves you. You can never be a burden to him, and whatever that evil woman said, it is all fake. She just wanted to make you suffer and get daddy. Yoonwoo looked at his dad. Jungkook burst out crying when Yoonwoo jumped on his arm. You smile and sigh. You know how much Jungkook loves Yoonwoo. You cried and screamed while holding the baby who was covered in blood. YN, please don't die. Please, don't do this to me. I don't want this sin to happen by my own hand. Please. You cried. You flinched out of your dream as your eyes fell on Yoonwoo who was beside you. You moved back, away from him as you were breathing heavily. Yoonwoo, Ms. YN, what happened? Were you having a bad dream? You looked away and wiped your sweat from your forehead.
YN. Don't worry, it was nothing. Why are you here? Yunwoo. Grandma wants to see you. She asked me to call you. YN. Okay. He grabbed your hands as he dragged you outside the room. Jungkook's mom signaled you to sit down as you sat down. Yunwoo stands between your legs, not wanting to leave you. Mrs. Jaeon placed down the cup on the table before looking at you. Mrs. Jaeon. Yunwoo, did Chaiwon really hurt you? Yunwoo nodded. I am sorry for that. But why did you go to In's house? How did you know her address? Yunwoo, Daddy and I had dropped her there and I just walked and got in the place. And Grandma, Miss YN has this sweet and caring aura that I can't help but to feel safe around her. You were confused about what you were saying as you never mentioned it to you. Grandma, and what kind of aura did you get when you were with Chaiwon?
Yunwoo, dark and uncomfortable. Mrs. Jaeon nodded and smiled. Mrs. Jaeon. Yunwoo, how about you let me talk with YN alone? Yunwoo, okay, Ms. YN, I will be in your room. You smiled and nodded as he walked away. You looked at Mrs. Jaeon. Mrs. Jaeon, YN, tell me honestly, why are you with Jungkook and Yunwoo? Are you faking it to be close to Jungkook? You looked at her as you were feeling a little bit offended by her words. She quickly passed a smile. I am not trying to say that. But, as a mother, I want the best for him. Did you make the whole Chaiwon thing to get her out of your way? You sighed. YN, I don't know why you have such thoughts about me, Mrs. Jaeon. But no, I didn't make the thing up as it is all true. As proof you can look at the bruise on Yunwoo's arm. And if I made this whole thing then Yunwoo would be afraid of me and not Chaiwon. She scoffed. Mrs. Jaeon, then what is your intention? Why are you behind my Jungkook? Do you think you deserve him?
YN, I don't deserve him and I have known that thing a long time ago. And besides that, if I may be really honest, I don't have any intention to be with Jungkook. I am just doing this to pay off the things Jungkook had done for me. It isn't enough but I am still trying, and about Yunwoo, I just have a special connection with him, that's it. There was really no match if you and Jungkook and you realized it back when you got rejected by him.
Mrs. Jaeon, what did my Jungkook do that you are so grateful for? YN, he saved my life, without caring for his. Mrs. Jaeon, like how? YN, are you trying to examine me or something? I feel like I am giving an interview with a company or something. Mrs. Jaeon, I just want to know if you even deserve to be near Jungkook or not. Who knows, he might fall for you.
YN, this life is given to me by Jungkook and I am trying to be helpful for him, nothing more. If you got your answer then I think I might go. You were about to stand but Mrs. Jaeon, marry my son, Jungkook. You froze for a few moments. You sat down again. Marry him. YN, why would you want me to marry him if you think I don't deserve him? Mrs. Jaeon, you said he is your savior and you can't do this simple thing. You smile sadly. YN, Mrs. Jaeon, I have never said this to anyone so please keep it a secret. But, me marrying Jungkook is just useless, because I can't be pregnant. Mrs. Jaeon, what? How do you know? YN, I did a test and it said I cannot be pregnant. Your breath hissed as you remember how your ex-boyfriend cheated on you after knowing you can't be pregnant. Mrs. Jaeon, I am sorry for asking. She sounded guilty but you gave her a small smile. YN, it's okay. You bowed to her and walked away. You entered the room and saw Jungkook with Yunwoo. Jungkook looked at you with a smile but you avoided his eyes and walked towards the bathroom. Jungkook, what happened to her? Yunwoo shrugged his shoulders.
Just because of that one incident, if ever I could save him, I wouldn't have gotten punished. Like this. You closed your eyes and hugged knees on your chest. You seemed disturbed. What happened? You looked up and saw Jungkook holding 2 cups. He smiled softly before handing you the cup as he sat down beside you. Want to share? YN, nah, I just couldn't sleep, nothing more. Jungkook. But it seems like you are having a war of thoughts inside your head. YN. Why would you think that? Jungkook. Because your face shows everything clearly. Don't overthink, it might just get worse.
Jungkook, drink the warm tea and ease your mind. You looked at the cup and sighed. YN, why are you here? Jungkook, I wanted to have tea when I saw you walking here, so I thought to talk with you while drinking the tea. YN, oh, thanks for that. Jungkook shook his head. Jungkook, is everything okay with your ex-boyfriend, Young? You nodded. YN, I told my parents about him cheating on me and everything. They were happy as I broke up with him. They never liked him. I should have listened to them. Jungkook, karma will get him one day, don't worry. And your cousin too, she will get her punishment. YN, is it necessary to talk about them? I don't want to. Jungkook, oh, I didn't mean to. I am sorry. You smiled and shook your head. YN, it's okay, I guess. YN, oh, what happened about Chaiwon? Did you find her or something? Jungkook, I doubt she is in her house, but we will find her soon. I will make sure she regrets hurting my Yoonwoo. YN, she deserves a good punishment. Jungkook sighed and nodded.
You combed Yoonwoo's hair but he wasn't happy all this time. YN, what happened, baby? Why are you pouting like that? Yoonwoo, tomorrow is Mother's Day, every student will come with their mom and I have to go with Granny. I don't want to go. Everyone participates in the games with their mother and I have to sit with Granny looking at others enjoying.
YN, so that's the problem. I will think of something about that. Don't worry, and don't pout like that. Sadness doesn't suit you at all. Now smile. Yoonwoo, you will come up with a solution. YN, why, don't you trust me? He shook his head and kissed your cheek. Yoonwoo, I trust you. You smile and nodded.
Jungkook looked around the place. He was here with his grandmother. An old lady sat in front of them. Shaman, old Mrs. Jaeon, it's been a long time since you were here, what is the problem? Grandma, there have been many things actually. This is my grandson, Jungkook. It's about him. The shaman looked at Jungkook and smiled. Shaman closed her eyes for a few seconds before looking at Jungkook again. Shaman, I see, you have gotten an accident recently. Jungkook's breath hissed hearing that. Grandam, it was a minor one. But I am here to ask you, what will happen to Jungkook in his marriage? Shaman smiled softly. Shaman, the spirit said that he will get the girl soon. You have some coincidence with her, which is the signal that the universe is trying to set you guys up. Grandma, who is she? How is she? Shaman, she is a pure soul but she has been lied to and it's hard for her to trust anyone. And I see how Jungkook has helped her too. Jungkook, me, Shaman, I just want to say that she has saved the life of a person from your family, so make sure that you guys never hurt this pure soul. Grandma, I am happy that there is a girl who will be there for Jungkook.
Grandma and Jungkook walked towards the door. Shaman, Jungkook, I want to say this. Don't lie about your feelings from now on. Be honest, not like last time. Jungkook, huh, oh, yeah. Jungkook feels his heart beating fast. Grandma, you lied about your feelings. Don't tell me you have feelings for Chaiwon. Jungkook, no, I don't have feelings for anyone. Grandma, after what Shaman said, do you think I will believe you? Jungkook, why would you believe her more than me? I am your grandson. Grandma, it's not about what relation we have. She never lies. I am just happy that you won't die alone. Jungkook scoffed. Jungkook, you know I don't believe in any of these things. Grandma, yeah, I know. Mrs. Jaeon, what happened? Yoonwoo, whom are you searching for? Yoonwoo looked at his grandma. Yoonwoo, there is. He looked at the crowd. Suddenly, he saw you standing far away. He smiled brightly and ran towards you.